on this day. Can you wave, Jackie? Can you show them your sweet big fat thumbs up? Were you brave? Jack was so brave. Today I'm inspired for yoga, for healing from trauma in your life. I'm sure you do. We all have very deep traumatizing experiences. Last night, my son got his finger slammed in the door and almost lost the tip of his finger and broke the tip of his bone. And it was very intense and traumatizing for him, as me and his brother and sister. Today I am inspired to help you let go of trauma by opening up our heart center on all corners, the front, the back, and the sides, allowing ourselves to open up and not trap pain. When we trap these traumatic experiences and this pain, we create a lot of pain and suffering and diseases. What I learned last night, what I've learned from a traumatic C-section with my daughter that gave me 5 years of postpartum depression that led into depression, which led me into hating myself, was I learned last night that there's moments where we're helpless and there's nothing that we can do to heal ourselves or heal other people that we love around us. Watching people endure suffering and pain is an indescribable feeling. But if we can just accept what is and open our hearts up and trust in the process of life, trust that everything is happening on its own perfect timing, and just being open to love and knowing that the universe is here supporting us. Life is not happening to us, it's for us. Opening up to process that trauma. Love is what we are born with. Fear is what we learn. The spiritual journey is the unlearning of fear and prejudices and the acceptance of love back in our hearts. Love is the essential reality and our purpose on earth. To be consciously aware of it, to experience love in ourselves and in others, is the meaning of life. Meaning doesn't lie in things. Meaning lies in us. Marianne Williamson. This is Wink. This is my nephew puppy and my puppy Joy, and they are friends and they are crazy bananas. Animals are such a beautiful way to help heal. If you can be in contact with animals, I highly recommend it, because even the craziness, the poops and the hairs, they're so healing and loving and selfless. Taking an easy pose for a crazy puppy, or begin in Sukhasana, rolling your spine down on the earth. This is the pose of surrender. We can keep it a little more active by keeping the soles of the feet on the earth. All the puppies are being busy. In by laying on your mat, you can allow the knees to fold and bring the knees to gently come together, allowing the arms to settle down, or allowing one hand on the heart center and one on the solar plexus. Envisioning the healing light of emerald green. Green is the color of our heart chakra. Setting an intention of letting go, setting an intention of accepting our traumatic experiences and opening up our heart center from the front and the back and the sides to release trauma from our lives. to accept and embrace whatever the traumatic situation was teaching us, because every experience in life is truly teaching us compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude. Inhaling deep into the belly, allowing the belly to rise. Exhaling from the belly with an open jaw, allowing it to exhale. Inhaling in deeply into the lower belly. Dropping your jaw, melting down deeper into the moment to let go. Breathing in, I am healing. Exhaling, I am healing. Taking 3 deep belly breaths at your own pace. Attaching the words, I am healing and I am healthy. When we attach any words to I am, the 2 most powerful words said in all of human language, in all cultures and all of humanity, we manifest these into our life. Envisioning a green healing light or the sunbeams shining down on your heart space and opening up your heart from the front and the back and the sides, even as you're connected to the earth, opening up and allowing yourselves compassion and granting ourselves forgiveness. Breathing in deeply into the heart space. Inhaling the knees up to the chest, embracing, hugging the knees, rocking back and forth. For a double wing reliever, engaging the soles of the feet, shooting them straight out. Giving a gentle rock to the lower back. Inhaling, keeping one knee into the chest. Exhaling, one leg straight down to the earth. Connecting the 4 corners of the feet. Imagining there's an invisible wall. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable and be open. Maybe rotating that hip in a circle. Exhaling in a circle. Inhaling, healing thoughts. Exhaling, releasing the opposite leg down. Inhaling a healing thought. Allowing yourself to sink deeper into this healingness. Inhaling both the knees to the chest. Allowing the arms to come to a T out to the side. Powering through the core, exhaling. Maybe feeling a little like a tidal wave. That's how I'm feeling today. Just emotions are everywhere, but still taking time for ourselves, for healing. Allowing the shoulder blades to connect to the earth. Because if we don't allow ourselves to heal and process these traumatic experiences, we'll trap them in and we're going to cause too much more pain and suffering, which is not what we want. Inhaling, knees up. Exhaling. Trusting that everything is happening on its own perfect timing. Trusting in me, trusting in yourself that your time is valuable. Inhaling, knees up to the chest. Exhaling, legs down to the earth. Inhaling for a soft bridge, bringing up power to the core, engaging, tuning into the soles of the feet on the mat, raising up, tuning into the knees if they're falling in or 2 falling up. Inhaling that knee up to inhaling the hips up, straight up, into the sky, to the sun. Envisioning the sun's healing rays coming into us. Inhaling 3 deep breaths into our heart center. Exhaling, healing. Inhaling, acceptance. Exhaling, acceptance. Exhaling down to the earth. Hi, babies. Trying to go into language. Inhaling, crossing the right foot over the left knee. No, thank you, babies. Making a little cross. Okay, Shelly's doing yoga. No, and these little sweet healing babies. Crossing. Inhaling, maybe, no, thank you. Inhaling, moving that booty straight up, even if there's some rascally rabbits around you, dogs. Inhaling, powering up, feeling that hip raise straight up to the ceiling, getting healing love from my little kitties. Exhaling down, switching legs, crossing the left ankle over the right knee. Inhaling up, powering up, feeling the balance of the hips as one's going to naturally want to rise higher than the other. Inhaling, feeling that strength in your body. Can you watch the mix? I'm recording. This is not a Velagi with healing fingers. Exhaling the legs down to the earth. Breathing. Bringing the elbows. Listen, quiet down. For Moxie and Drasana, the fish pose. Okay, I love you both very much, but Mommy really is doing a vlog right now. Okay, inhaling the arms up to a tripod for Moxie and Drasana, the fish. Tuning into the soles of the feet, a soft bend in the knees. Exhaling, opening up the heart. Allowing the shoulders to open and rolling back. Not going too far back on the spine, but if it feels, wherever it feels good, opening up, tuning into like being sunk too far down, and really opening up at the chest area. Feeling what it feels like to be open at the heart center, open at healing, open for loving yourself. Exhaling, allowing yourself to maybe gently fall down. Inhaling up, exhaling down, allowing your body to the mat. Inhaling one leg up, powering up through the core and the soles of the feet, creating a Shakti energetic toe, opening up. Inhaling, exhaling down to the mat. Inhaling up, raising and powering through that core. Exhaling, arms down to the earth. Inhaling, opposite leg straight up. Exhaling, leg down to the earth. Inhaling, leg straight up. Exhaling, down to the earth. Inhaling, both legs up, powering through the core for the half of a boat. Inhaling, feel the shake and the openness. Allow yourself to let go. Exhaling, down. Inhaling to a full boat pose, coming straight up. Exhaling, feeling the strength in your body, create this nice V. You're powering through what feels good. And then dropping one foot down to the mat. Inhaling, opening up, feeling yourself, feeling the strength that you're putting out into the environment, because in these traumatic situations in life, we must push through and be strong. Even when life gives us a bag of rotten apples, we have to be strong, because if we don't be strong, these rotten apples are going to disintegrate into the earth and then will be non-existent. Exhaling, the left foot down, raising at the right foot, feeling the strength of the core, inhaling up, feeling that strength, exhaling down, inhaling both legs straight up, exhaling if you're feeling strong, bringing both of the legs as high up as you can. If there's a soft bend, that's fine. Feeling that strength and that power, pushing through, opening up your heart center, breathing deeply, inhaling legs straight down to the mat, exhaling, you'll be finding a soft little windshield wipers, allowing the hands to creep behind the soft bend, and windshield wiping them from side to side, maybe finding a little stillness here, resting yourself, giving your healing body gratitude for all that it's done, for all that it constantly does, windshield wiping back and forth. Beautiful work, body, giving our body gratitude. Thank you, thank you. Extending the feet to the sides of the mat, allowing our backs to roll, and coming straight up, shooting with the shoulders, and opening up our chest. Exhaling, rolling straight back down. Inhaling, opening up that body, opening up our ability to heal, squeezing the knees into the chest slightly, opening up at the hips. Inhaling, crunching forward, allowing that spine to feel really opened and expanded, and compressing and arching, shooting back up through. Exhaling, crossing at the legs, coming up onto the knees. Inhaling, powering with a starfish hand down to the mat. Exhaling, one leg back, exhaling the other leg back. Tuning into the arms with the starfish hand, keeping the eyes of the arms facing not all the way forward for hyperextension and too far back. Tuning into if your back is too far up like a down dog, this is a plank. So tuning into that upper back like the cow cats, you know, the cow moo cat. Tuning in, raising those shoulders up, Soft bend in the elbows, allowing the shoulder blades to open and tucking that pelvis. Not tucking under, but just a nice neutral, and feeling the strength here. Rocking forward. Inhaling to downward facing dog. Feeling the strength. Downward facing dog is an amazing pose for slight depression and sadness. Taking a breath to walk out your dog. Downward dog also can help heal headaches and migraines. It's transferring the blood flow to the head. So feeling the strength and knowing these positive effects and tuning into your body. And if you're kind of putting your heart too close to the earth or trying to do a push-up, tuning into the proper positioning of starfish, hands ahead of you, hands not under. It's not like a push-up here. It's pushing against the earth and the earth pushing against you, and just allow yourselves to open up here. Inhaling the right leg straight up over the body. Exhaling it in, rolling it chin to the chest. Exhaling that leg straight up. Inhaling right foot, pushing into the earth for a runner's lunge. Exhaling here, straight up for a crescent lunge. Holding if this feels good. If you need to, you can come back down for a half runner's lunge. Inhaling, opening for that crescent lunge. Exhaling, arms straight to a T. Rotating at the open side of the body. Taking a moment to feel open and expansive here. Finding a drishti, a visual spot, to focus on powering through the legs so you're opening your book. Opening up, exhaling that hind leg down. Feeling the openness of the body for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, hinging straight forward. So see the difference between hinging at the hips or if you're reaching through. Feel that hinge at the right side of the body as you hinge at the hips, and allow your shoulders to come stack, shoulders over shoulders. Inhaling, tuning in. And if you need to here, if you have a block, and if you struggle with those half moons, a really amazing tip that I learned is taking a moment, because I'm feeling that energy, is you can actually use a wall, and this wall is a really good tip, and this works amazing wonders. So giving yourself about an inch from the wall, and using the wall as your guide, and your hips should actually touch the wall. So experimenting with, oops, foot facing forward, experiment with kind of pushing down and pushing up and allowing that hip to open up and actually feel what it feels like to get that hip pressed on the wall. And if you have a partner that can help you, this is what it should look like, a nice straight line and just staying up on the wall. So feeling what that feels like, and you can balance it out with the opposite side until you can get a really good hang of it, because once you're in the air, you kind of lose all sense of like what it feels like to have a straight line. But see, truly feeling and making sure this arm is not too far forward and opening up for that beautiful half moon. It's so healing. It's light from the moon, extending. Beautiful work. Body, a moment to think, and standing up, grabbing my block, allowing myself the permission to think, posting out a little bit before I come in for that breeze. So Warrior 2, hinging and tuning in, allowing myself a moment of stillness to come down, lifting the opposite leg, peeling open the pelvis, peeling open the arm. And for beginners, it's great to start with arms straight down. If this doesn't work, you could do the variation. You could be down on your knee. You could be down on your knee. If that feels like too much, reaching the right leg out and the left arm out. Or if you are feeling that strength, again, counting off, opening up, dropping, opening up that hip, opening up that arm, and feeling the healing strength of our body. Feeling the incredible strength that we have to be able to do this, growing at that leg, extending and opening up, feeling that trauma slowly dispersing, allowing ourselves to release it. Inhaling, feeling that strength, tucking that knee, coming straight down, maybe folding down for a little moment, taking a little rest, feeling the energy that we created here. Maybe curling into a little fetal position feeling like we want to protect ourselves for a moment, we can take these moments to protect and heal. Moving our block out of the way, starfishing the hands, stepping back for the downward facing dog. Inhaling our opposite leg up. Inhaling it up to the front of the mat. Exhaling. Inhaling, bringing that left leg up. And if you didn't make it quite as far as you wanted to, you can give yourself a helping hand. Exhaling, either allowing that hind leg to sit on the mat, or inhaling for a crescent lunge, powering up through the thighs. Inhaling, arms to a T, coming straight up, feeling that strength. Exhaling the arms to a T, opening up the opposite direction, feeling your strength here. Opening up, feeling your power. Feeling that power of your body. As you open up, exhale that back leg, the right leg facing the long edge of your mat. As I'm facing away from you, you're still towards me. Opening up, feeling that strength of that warrior. Feeling the strength and the openness of your heart. Allowing that light from the sun, the moon, and the stars to come and heal us. Accepting us. Thank you, universe. Tuning into this knee and connecting to the 4 points of the feet. I just looked down and I have way too many toes showing. So I could go a little bit deeper. And if you can go deeper, you can adjust this hind leg, feeling like you're on a set of skis opposed to a tightrope. Feeling what it feels like to hinge at the hip. Feel that hinge at the hip and dropping down for a side lateral angle. Opening up, stretching up. If you have your block, you can set up on your block. That's wonderful. Or if you feel deeper, going deeper. Exhaling a little bit up. Maybe stepping this left foot back a little bit. Choosing what we're going to do for, we're going to go down on the mat. Choose to do so. Visualizing ourselves taking off for that beautiful pose. That beautiful, this is not the half moon. Coming in for that half of a moon. Visually using the block to guide you as you take off. If you're feeling wobbly, feel like, I can't get there, that's okay. Just imagine what it would feel like. Exhaling that block down to the earth, or the hand down to the earth. Opening up your book, your hips, powering through that leg on the earth, keeping a soft bend. Opening up, stacking shoulders over shoulders, creating an energetic hand. Inhaling, opening, stretching higher and higher. Feeling that strength of that body. Going for as deep and as long as you can. Inhaling the arms straight down. Allowing the legs to touch down. For a Uttasana, a forward fold. Maybe ragdolling back and forth for a moment. Taking a little moment of rest, elbow to elbow. Taking a moment to absorb the energy, the openness that you're creating, the healing light that you have within you. With all this beautiful work. Maybe coming a little forward and a little back, imagining healing light enveloping you. Beautiful times. Exhaling to a downward facing dog. Coming down to the knees. Allowing the tops of the feet to settle down the earth for a hero's pose. Or for allowing the heels to come out. You can sit up on a pillow or a blanket if you want. If you have a knee injury, this isn't as much recommended. You could probably come more for Sukhasana, or if your knees are super bad, you can just kind of sit like this. We're going to come into a rabbit pose. So allowing the tops of our feet to come down onto the mat, tuning into the tops of the feet and the ankles and the knees. Either starting with this rabbit pose, you can kind of watch me for a moment, tuning in to the top of the head. Feel where the top of your head is versus the forehead. This move, you want to bypass the forehead and not too far back to the crown, right on that flat spot. Powering up, either through holding onto the back of the feet for rabbit's pose. Rolling that forehead and coming up for this nice
Getting us ready for a little bit of a headstand here. Going into a little bit of an inversion. Inverting and arching our backs. If you're feeling strong, powering up, creating a soft bind by the sacral. Exhaling, powering up, feeling that strength, opening up for that beautiful rabbit's pose. Inhaling, opening and stretching, feeling the strength. Allowing yourself not to have so much weight on your head and more in your opening up your shoulders and using your core. Exhaling the arms down and releasing, coming back down. Slowly rolling up. Taking a few neck rolls, allowing that neck to open up. Carving a circle with the tip of your nose into a small circle, circling into a large circle. Exhaling, stretching out the wrists a little bit. Going up to the side, a little bit down, a little bit to the opposite side, just opening up the wrist for in. Exhaling, just opening up, maybe coming down and pressing here. Exhaling here, I'm going to face you. So as we're here in this is warrior, we're going to open up our legs. Hands facing forward, hands facing sides, or hands facing ourselves for Simhasana, the lion's breath. Lion's breath is just this beautiful breath. It's kind of like a fiery breath, but it really allows you to let go, and it allows you to just free yourself. So free yourself from judgment, and let's let go of some of that trauma that we need to let go of. Lion's breath, you breathe deeply in through the nose. As you exhale, you allow the tongue to drop over the lower lip, rolling the eyes up to the intuitive center, the third eye, or up to the ceiling, releasing an animalistic roaring sound, rolling at the shoulder blades, rolling and allowing your body to release the vibration of whatever it is you need to get out. Inhaling deeply into the heart center. Exhaling, dropping the jaw, rolling the eyes up and letting go. Inhaling, rolling in. Exhale, releasing. Inhaling, rolling in. Exhaling, letting go. Taking two more at your own pace. Inhaling in. Allowing yourself to let go of whatever it is that you need to let go. Little bits of images that you might hold in your mind. Maybe gory depictions, or maybe really sad, deeply saddening thoughts. Images of your loved ones being in pain. Images of yourself being in pain and suffering. Allowing yourself to let that go. Breathing in deeply. Letting yourself melt it away. Letting it go, rolling. Exhaling to the knees. And if you have a blanket, just fold yourself a nice little blanket. And putting this under your knees would be nice for a little bit of a dolphin. This is a shoulder inversion, a little shoulder stand. So with dolphin, we want to be careful of the alignment of our shoulders. So you always want to start with shoulder distance apart by measuring here. This is your shoulders, always here. And choosing a handstand that works best for you, which could be either crossing at the elbows, it can be clasping together, it can be tucking in these fingers together, or it can be hands kissing the earth. And when you do hands kissing the earth, having a block in the middle or a book to kind of guide you, but still keeping those shoulders shoulder distance apart. Or if you want to like headstands, which are very healing for depression. So tuning into the feet on the back of the mat, and the ankles and the knees above the hips, tuning into our arms and our stance that works best for us. If we want to try with the block, big facing weight and starfishing hands down to the earth. For me, my body likes the fist tucked under, and that's what works best for me. Allowing the arms to go a little bit more forward than under the shoulders. Tuning into the sides of the hands on the earth, sucking the sides, the outsides of the hands into the earth, tucking like you're going into a downward facing dog, tucking those toes under, kind of tucking up at the hips and coming up Elongating, pushing, powering up, not sagging at the shoulders, allowing the shoulder blades to power away from the ears, extending up, feeling that beautiful motion. Inhaling, opening up and energizing the heart center, feeling that healing space. Maybe if you want to create like a little rocking up, or maybe if you want to stay static. Inhaling, maybe dropping down for a moment. Exhaling up, feeling that strength. Tuning into the alignment of the spine and the neck, not drooping too far ahead or back. Taking a moment to maybe take a couple steps forward. This is a good prep. Oh, my blanket's slippery. This is a good prep for a handstand. Just powering up and maybe coming up on that tippy toes. Inhaling, feeling the strength of the dolphin. Asking for the loving, healing energy of the beautiful species of dolphins. Inhaling, exhaling back. Slowly walking back. Exhaling, knees down to the earth. Coming back onto the knees. Opening up at the knees for a child's pose for Balasana or Bhaktasana, whichever one works better. Child's pose is down, arms up to the sky. Devotional, hands straight above, allowing yourself a moment here to feel the openness, the beautifulness of this amazing dolphin pose. Taking a moment to soak in that healing light that you're creating, allowing yourself to let go more of that trauma, opening up at the heart center at the back, feeling your heart chakra opening up. Inhaling up to tabletop, taking a little swing movement back and forth. Inhaling, cowing and catting for a few moments here. Inhaling, exhaling. Beautiful work here. Shoulders stand. The queen of asanas actually is the shoulder stand, and the headstand is the king. Actually creating a stack of blankets. You don't ever want to do these poses without support of your spine, because you can super jack up your spine and compress and contort. This is going to give some space to our cervical spine up at the very top. So allowing ourselves to rest down, shoulders, and see how I have some space here. If I lift up my hair, there's space between my neck, and I'm at a little bit of an angle here, so I can compress my spine a little bit. Inhaling up onto the feet, so going into the shoulder stand, using like in the fish pose, your arms as your tripod. So however feels better. If you need to slowly come up, you can rock up. If you need to use a wall, you can face a wall, and you can walk your feet up the wall and start from there. As you walk your feet up to the wall, then you can come up like so and getting your arms into that kickstand. So walking up from the wall or using that mat, you can still allowing that bend. Exhaling, coming up, compressing, rolling up, creating that tripod, feeling supported into the earth. And allowing the chest to come into the chin. The chin is not coming into the chest. Feeling the strength from the core, extending and elongating for this beautiful pose. Allowing this beautiful inversion to open you up, create the Shakti toes. Maybe hugging the hips together, or maybe if it feels better, you can just stay bent at the knees. Exhaling, finding this nice vertical feeling. Creating a little bit of a dynamic movement. Opening up the legs, the side, dropping down with a soft bend. Bringing the palms, the soles of the feet together for a little foot inversion, Anjali Mudra. Envisioning the sun beaming between your feet. I can see this beautiful space between my feet. Inhaling, allowing those feet to stay. Finding 3 deep healing breaths here in this inversion. Opening up here. Exhaling here. This pose is very healing. There's so many amazing health benefits to this amazingness. Exhaling, bending at the knees. Allowing the knees to come forward and slowly rolling down back onto your mat and coming up. You might get a free one if you asana. The queen of asanas is good for the thyroid and the parathyroid, and it helps balance and energize, and it's really good for your metabolism. Inverting our body up is so healthy, and I know there's a lot of people who say, going upside down makes me so dizzy, I can't do it. Well, that is a thought, and I know that for some people, yes, that might be true, but I used to think that, and now I stop thinking about it, and I consciously get into these movements, and they're amazing. We're going to go into the halasana, which is the plow pose. Beginning, we're going to put our mat, this time facing the wall, if you already didn't have it there, and allowing ourselves to take a seat. We need 2 blankets. I recommend 2 blankets. And feeling the feet against the wall, and so feeling that distance and spinning around, and that is your point right there for your shoulders, where your shoulders need to be. Dropping down, rolling carefully on to your blankets, allowing that neck to have that space. Inhaling up into a pose, just how we did. So we're not going to have the wall to walk into, because we're going to use the wall to guide our feet back into the plow pose. Or if you are a pro at this, you rock it out and go for it. So getting up however you can, using those arms as that kickstand, and allowing the legs to come back down to the wall. And walking, keeping a soft bend in the knees, and allowing your body to go back as good as feels comfortable. So taking a moment, and if it only feels good to be up high, stay here. This is actually like the candlestick variation of that last pose that we did. And staying here is a good start, because it takes a lot of strength in contorting and putting yourself into the position of the plow when our body isn't ready is not recommended. But if you are ready, feel that softness and that suppleness, and allow that body to roll back, and allow your body, I'll flip around so you can see, but using the wall as that guide into the plow, and not just pushing and forcing yourself because you want to look cool or because to say you can, because I do that sometimes and then my neck feels jacked up for days. So exhaling and allowing the spine to softly open vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly opening up. This is also good for the thyroid. Allowing the legs to softly come down at their own rate. Allowing that spine and vertebrae to open softly and go to only where it feels comfortable for you. So for me, sometimes I can go deeper and others I can't. So obviously my knees are here. If my knees are closed, for me, I can't get my legs any further. So I like to spread the knees open up at the legs, and allow the spine to slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, open. And I feel like I need to come a little bit forward on my blanket. I need a little bit more blanket action. So there we go. I can feel that. If your neck and your vertebrae at the very top of your neck is feeling compressed, just kind of slowly roll out of it. Or get stacked up. Maybe get one more blanket if your blankets are really thin. So opening up, allowing that back to feel open, allowing that body to come back as deep as feels possible. For today, letting go the thoughts of whatever it is that you're thinking, and healing, and keeping support in that spine. Maybe coming in for a bind, allowing the arms to drop down if that feels good. Taking a few breaths here as you feel the compression and acceptance and openingness and closing of your body. Being here, allowing your body to do incredible things that you never thought was possible. Taking a moment to slowly exhale out, engaging the knees, rolling out slowly at the spine, slowly and gently down. Beautiful work. Oh, allow that spine to come down. Exhaling, taking a moment here. Beautiful. Hello, YouTube. Exhaling up for a little bit of a bridge to find a little bit of a balance of that spine. My spine's like, I need to go a different way. Exhaling, raising up here. Inhaling down to the earth. Feeling a little soft sway out to the mat. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Turning to your side and slowly coming up at your own pace to what feels good for you. Inhaling, taking a moment here to what feels good. Maybe arching the back, a few sitting cow and cats, a few rolling shoulders, coming down, opening up the arms, feeling a twist to the side, feeling this amazingness of this pose. If you can, doing the twist of the sage, bringing the feet to the left side and twisting to the right side, opening up the arms and twisting through and opening up here, feeling the expansiveness and that twist of the spine. Inhaling to the opposite direction, opening up, not going too far to the integrity of the spine. Feeling that warm, amazing, beautiful spine. Inhaling to neutral, allowing the legs to twist to the opposite side. Inhaling, coming in and opening up for the twist of the sage. Allowing the feet to rest in the little nestles of the arches. Opening up, extending. Inhaling to the opposite direction. Beautiful work. Inhaling to neutral. Such amazing work. Feeling how powerful and strong you are, how there are a few moments and movements that you do that where you just lose track of time and you just be. Coming to our final pose for either legs up the wall. You could choose legs up the wall, or you can, my spine just might need to be a little bit equal out. So do whatever feels good for you. I'm going to gently come down like a little mini plank and give myself a little counter pose for my spine. Since we were so torqued in that curl direction, my spine wants to find a little bit of a counter. Exhaling for just a gentle baby cobra. Not a huge one. Exhaling down to the earth. Just feeling a little counter in that stretch. Beautiful work. Inhaling to tabletop, maybe wagging out your tail here, and coming back for that pose. Choose your Savasana. So choosing what feels good. If it's legs up the wall, you can bring your blankets with you and sitting on your booty, letting your booty back go so close to the wall so you can't turn around, and then coming in and allowing your butt to be here and legs up the wall. If you want to, you can take a little bit of a tuck there, but allowing for legs to just go up the wall and arms to drop at your side. Allowing for this beautiful pose of surrender. If you have another blanket that you can use to keep you warm, that would be beautiful. You can do that. Or you want to come straight back to Savasana, you can just scoot your head back and come down. My body really likes this. It's saying, thank you for these inversions. My spine's feeling warm and grateful.
Allow yourself to sink into the moment and melt down for your final pose of surrender. Whether in legs up the wall or Savasana, allow yourself to take the next few minutes to let go. Allow yourself to settle with the healing that you have created, deeply allowing yourself to release from any trauma. Thank you so much for joining me. Love is the greatest healing power I know. Love can heal the deepest, most painful memories because love brings the light of understanding to the deepest corners of our hearts and minds. The dearly departed Miss Louise Hay. Thank you. I love you so much. Namaste, beautiful lights.